So we keep getting questions to do like a boat tour of Guppy. We've got some time now. We're anchored in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the kids are off swimming and sailing, so it's some sort of quiet right now. And I thought, let's take the chance and we'll go inside so I can show you what the boat looks like. So come on in. So this is the main saloon. It's really quite a big open space, which is really nice. On this side we've got the dinner table, which actually right now with the warm weather we generally eat outside, but if it's rainy or in the beginning we use this a lot. The sides of this table, they flap up, so it actually becomes quite a big table on which we can eat all together. And then on this side we've got more of like a saloon kind of area where you can just sit and relax. So we sit here and watch movies and yeah. So in the front we've got two cabins. We've got our crew cabin right here. It's so there's bunk beds, but right now we use the upper bed as storage. The crew cabin is quite nice. It's got its own head and its own shower. So the other cabin belongs to us, and I don't really want to show you because it's just a huge mess, but alright, come on then. So this cabin is actually identical to the other cabin, with the only exception that there is a door up front which goes to the forward peak, which is where Tim, our little son, is sleeping. And yeah, it literally has no exception because we use the upper bed as storage as well. And we sleep in the lower bed, which is quite cozy. Maybe sometime in the future we can actually make a two-person bed. But yeah, for now it's fine, and we generally change watches and we deal with it. It's alright. Yeah, so we also have our separate heads and their separate shower. So that's quite nice to have that. And then up front here we've got a door which goes to Tim's room. We've got our ear protection, which I think he's sleeping right now, so we can risk to go without it. But normally I wouldn't recommend it. No, I'm just kidding. It's more like a joke. But yeah, he can be really angry sometimes. But mostly he's really sweet. So if we're quiet, I think we can have a quick sneak peek. then we'll go to the area which is used most on board, which is the galley. We've got quite a nice feature. It's like a put it all the way out, so we've got enough space for all the jackets and life jackets. We've got these really nice life jackets, which we got from Timo. They're pretty much the only life jackets which, if you fall in the water, your feather will come, like, undo itself here and switch over to the back. So when you're towed behind the boat on your lifeline, you're towed from the back, which is so much better because then your head is above the water. A lot of drowning happens because people fall overboard and they're towed on their lifeline on the boat, and then your head is underwater and you drown. So then really there's no point in wearing a lifeline. For us, safety is the most important thing on board. So yeah, we're really, really happy with this. Alright, so we'll go into the galley. Quite nice and spacious. So we've got our gimbaling stove over here. When we're out at sea, it gimbals with the waves, which is good because otherwise you just need too many hands to hold everything. So here we've got two big fridges, which is really, really nice. So you can see there's just heaps of space for all sorts of things, and well, teenagers eat a lot. Then over here we've got a big freezer. It's it's getting pretty empty right now. We need to stock up again. But there's plenty of space, and sometimes we'll just make lots of food of one thing and then put it in the bag so we can keep it and eat it easily another time. I also really like this dorady kind of thing. It's so you actually just like pop it into the porthole when we're at anchor, and it catches the wind. So it's really nice to get the fresh air to come through. Okay. And then just the other utilities of a normal kitchen, I guess. Microwave, bread making machine, which is used a lot. We make fresh bread every day, a couple of loaves. And on the other side, there's the washing machine and the dryer, which the washing machine is used a fair bit. Right now the dryer isn't used a lot because the weather is really nice and warm and we generally just hang it over the rail. But during sailing it can be really nice to have the dryer as well. Come into a combined head and shower. So there's a toilet and a shower head and a drain. So that's actually really handy because most of them don't really like cleaning toilets, and well, if they shower every day then they can just shower it off and they've got a little bit less cleaning to do with the toilets. Storage space just behind everywhere. There's just these big cabinets in which we can put things. Okay, so this is one of the aft cabins, and yeah, it has the nice back windows and great fresh air coming through, and lots of storage space.
No.
Okay, so in these cabins we actually added 2 sinks because this used to be like a little makeup table, which really why would you be down about? So we just added more sinks. We thought that'd be more useful. So if you come through this door, because this is actually a door, like here. Open up again if they want to have some more privacy. But generally we leave it open because it's much nicer to have the air go through. But anyway, if we come through this door, there's actually an identical cabin. It's exactly the same. If we walk from this cabin, we walk through a head and shower again. Here's also a sink, and again the same toilet and another shower. So here we've got a 4-person cabin. So we've got 2 bunk beds here and 2 bunk beds here. So again, there's quite a bit of storage space. There's quite deep lockers over here, under it, above here, and there's some lockers in this bed. It's got the cubby holes on the side. Come out of this cabin, we actually come back into the main saloon with the stairs, and right here the nav station. So we've got the VHF radio and the switch panel on where I can control everything. There's also a radar and a couple other things under here. And something I really like is this this panel from Victron. So we've got a really nice setup done with Victron. There's a huge lithium pack in the back and a big inverter. We've got a 17 kilowatt generator, but we've also got 1300 watts of solar panels on the rooftop and on the back, which Solbjørn has cut to size for this boat. And on this we can actually see what we're using, what's coming in, what's going out. We've also got 2 inverters, so we've got a really big one, which we use if the dryer is running or the washing machine, the oven. But during the night, I like to switch to a smaller inverter because it uses less power. And coming from my smaller Guppy, where I was really concerned about my power usage, yeah, I'm still concerned about that because power on a boat is such a big thing. We've got a generator, but I don't want to run it all the time because it uses a lot of diesel. It's not good for the environment, so I much more prefer to use the solar. I can see exactly what's happening. I can see the percentage and the voltage of the batteries. I can see my DC power usage. I can see how many watts of solar are coming in, my AC loads, and that the big inverter is currently on. So I really like that. But this is just a quick overview, and if you want to have a more detailed overview, you can go into this menu system where you can see how much each smart shunt. So that's the batteries, how much the solar is putting in, how much each group. So we've got 3 groups of solar. The link shunts from the big batteries. So this is we've got 1 navigation battery, which is 12 volt, which at the moment we pretty much only use for the VHF, and the rest of the boat is running on 24 volts. Well, I didn't add fuel tanks and all that, but you could see all of it on there if you wanted to. So that's really cool. And of course, here I can also turn on the water maker, which, well, I wouldn't say is the most important thing, but definitely one of the best things. We just use so much water. For me, it's like the biggest shock. But we're a lot of people, and even though the kids try to really be conservative with the power and the water, and I try to make them understand how difficult it is to make, it's still a big boat with a lot of people, so we do need the water maker, and we run it for about an hour or 2 each day. It's a 100-liter Schenker water maker, which Holland Nauta has very generously installed for us. So that's pretty much the interior of Guppy. That's what we're all living on, and that's the home of our students for whatever they're going to join for 6 months or 5 weeks. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the boat, and thank you for watching.